What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for all the support y'all did on that last video. That was amazing. But today, let's get right into this spicy story time that I got for you guys today. This time, it's about to be about me and my best friend at the time in ninth grade. We're gonna call him Elastic. We got played by this girl for the whole year. It was so crazy. So let's get right into it. It's about ninth grade. We're gonna call her Nirvana. So Nirvana was one of the, I'm not gonna lie, the cutest and one of the famous girls, you would say, in the ninth grade that we've known at the time. And she was light skinned, really nice set. Her body was like really nice and stuff like that. So it was rare to, see one of those in ninth grade, and you're like one of those guys where you're like, oh, you have no riz, you're still building up all your riz and stuff like that. So your confidence isn't there. So for me, I was one of those guys, still trying to build myself up, stuff like that. So one day I see that she's in my ninth grade class in reading English at the end of the day, and I'm like, oh shoot, I need to actually try to talk to her, but I don't got no riz, so I'm like, we got to figure out a way to actually talk to her without making it seem awkward. So I came up with the idea to try to make a friend group around it, and then try to then have conversation with her, because now it's more of a comfortable area. So basically, Elastic would sit next to me, right? And I didn't know him at the time. He was just a random person. And I was like, okay, let me start talking to him, introduce myself. Me and Elastic started talking. Me and my bro Elastic was like, chill. We always talked. But then we started talking loud in class. We'd get loud and all that stuff, laughing and all that. So the teacher would always get on us and stuff like that. And one day, we were just talking loud we were talking about something. And she just came over and she started talking with us because she wanted to figure out, why we were laughing so much, because we as I would say, class clowns of the time. So she's like, oh, they funny, let me go talk to them. So sitting there, she's talking. After that, she now starts talking to us every day. So every day she's coming over talking to us. We're now building a friend group around us, and I'm like, okay, this is going good. So now I can actually start talking to her and all that stuff. We would walk, all three of us would walk down to the library at the end of the day. Even though I was supposed to be taking the bus home, I would literally tell my mom I'm going to a club in the library, and I would go to the club, to the library club all the time. And basically I would hang out with her and Elastic. But Elastic sometimes would have band class, so we would have to drop Elastic off at band class, and then we'd go to the library together. So we'd hang out at the library all the time, talk all the time. And when we were at the library, that was usually the hangout spot for everybody, for all the kids, younger kids and stuff like that, because they had a section that we could all go to. So I'd usually go there even without her and just talk to everybody there. And anytime I was talking to people there, she would then come up, give me a hug, lay her head on my shoulder and all that stuff. So I'm getting the vibe that she likes me and all that stuff. But I don't have no riz. I don't have no riz back then. So I'm like struggling. I don't really know what to do. I'm like sitting there like, oh, this just happens, and I'm not really sure what to do about that. And because of that, that's the reason I would say probably why I lost her. Because then anytime I didn't hang out and I wasn't able to, she would then go hang out with Elastic. And because of that, then she would always do that stuff with Elastic and stuff like that. And he was probably, knew more than I did, because, I was an angel back then. I had no demonic spirit in me, didn't know what anything was. So I was like chilling, and she would, do all this stuff with Elastic. And I was like, damn. I was like, basically she would jump from me to Elastic to me. And like sometimes she would literally like, okay, there was to be a Chick-fil-A down the street. We'd walk all the way to the Chick-fil-A, and I would buy her food, and then sometimes she would have Elastic buy her food. It was basically, we were getting played the whole year, and we just didn't we were best friends at the time. So we were just like, we weren't paying attention, so we didn't know what was happening. But basically, she would do all that. She would hang out with me and Elastic at the same time, stuff like that. But then she would only talk to us or be, as you would say, attracted to us when we were separate from each other and stuff like that. And I didn't know until, me and Elastic, actually, had a conversation. And he was like, oh, I like this girl. And I'm like, oh, I like this girl too. And we're like, oh, what is she doing? And we're like, oh, shit, we're getting played out here. But we, in the ninth grade, that's when everything really fell apart, because I moved to a different school in 10th grade. So after that, our friendship group broke up, and Elastic stopped hanging out with her because of, stuff like that. And, I wasn't there. So then because of that, she really distanced herself from me too, and stopped really talking to me on the phone and all that stuff, because we used to FaceTime at night and all that stuff. So after that, she stopped talking to me for a while. 11th grade, middle of 11th grade, I came back to the school, and I thought, everything may go back to normal, or, stuff like that. It didn't. She basically found another guy in 12th grade that she liked, and, messing around with and all that stuff, because he was, as I would say, more experienced, had the more riz back then. But, now that I look at myself, I'm crazy up with Riz now. So we all appreciate what, went through and all that stuff. The goal of this story is to tell you guys, focus on yourself. Do not focus on the women. The women will come to you after you focus on yourself. Build your muscles up. Get, a good job, stuff like that. Get money. Don't try to spend all your money on these girls. Definitely when you're in high school and stuff like that. It ain't worth it. And try not to go through heartbreak. And I appreciate y'all so much for the last video. Let's get some views on this video as well, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all day.